Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Barcast. We're in a 1v1 on Acetas Crack versus Chevrolet, who I'm pretty sure is like a 60 OS Clitters player. Maybe he does some Rotato stuff, but we're here for it. So hope you guys having a good Sunday so far. Just wanted to do a little stream before the weekend ends, so stay tuned. Yeah, I was just telling Chevrolet, BPL is next month, so I was asking him if he was gonna be playing in that tournament or not. He said he doesn't have the mental for it, so tough luck, right? I guess we're good on wind turbines for the moment. We'll see how this goes. We'll get a few more. Get our grunts out. I'm gonna turn this game sound up a little bit. Oh, wind's dying. What are you doing? That's not how you path, right? You can get through there? Oh my gosh. What a champ. Normally I use this kind of boost out these five grunts, but our commander on low priority.
You're low on power.
Alright, we're making three metal extractors. Feels nice. I'll get two more cons down here in the bottom right. Oh, nice, too good. And we got our fourth con here. With our E-storage, now that wind's high.
Low power. Aircraft spotted. T2 unit detected.
GG, what? Bro, what?
Enemy commander destroyed.
Hey, James. Good to see you, man. Oh, why did you leave?
Battle.
What? No, I'm gonna actually watch it read. Maybe I should tell him I'm streaming so we can check and see where he was at. But yeah, I don't know if that was a conceit. I mean, you have T2 like way before me. I don't know what the deal is.
Battle started.
I don't know, can't play. One, two, cons, yeah. Turn the game sound down a little bit. Speed through this real fast. Okay, a little bit up on metal produced. Nothing too crazy. Okay, so he went right to Shuri's. This is a blunder. I left that chilling there. He went... Gosh, he hasn't even reclaimed anything. He has the T2 con out at 11:30. I was like making this, or I was remaking this bot lab because I was kind of feeling pressured. Like he was going to rotate around this top side here. I wasn't going to be able to defend that. Maybe that wasn't the play because I have Shuri's out, but like he seems way ahead, right? I guess I have a big army value lead, but it's in like some shitty units, right? I've got like, what are these? 4 of those. I'm really surprised he hasn't reclaimed these at all. Does he have any energy storage? He doesn't have e-storage. Maybe like wind drops here quickly. Let me slow this down a bit and see. Just retaking that. I should be pulling my commander back about right now. I mean, he's up on metal produced and E per second. Got the second con out. Yeah, wait, what? He's got an income lead. I don't know about that. Let me turn on this game volume. See, I know Huck is playing over here with Dirksy. Maybe I can get on this game if Chevrolet doesn't want to replay. Yeah, let's check this out. I'll get in the queue. Maybe I can get some Dirksy. Owlcat, Meow is here. Let's rejoin this. I know Huck's streaming right now too. He's been getting better at 1v1, so that's good to see. Finally decided to dabble in that.
Battle started.
All right, let's see. This map's been growing on me. I know it's kind of like overplayed in some sense, but I do like, I have a real soft spot for 14 wind speed maps that have a geo. I think that's like the sweet spot. In terms of like balancing eco. I do like the bit of, I think it's skill expression that comes with like, balancing your eco in such a way that you can like afford to get the geo up, and then like, you know, there's like T2's phase as well, like getting the AGO put up, getting all your mexes capped T2. What am I seeing? Dirksy's really been leaning in on this transporting cons around play. I guess it's smart. You just suck up all this metal here. How much metal is here actually? Yeah, you can get that pretty quick. Oh, turn your lab on. Oh, he's going T2. Okay. Makes sense. Oh, man. Energy converters on the front line. Never the play. Oh. Oh, this is cheeky. Oh, my God. It's ridiculous. Get those juicy A-solars. All right. Turn that sound down. Seems a little loud. All right, so T2 lab is up. We haven't reclaimed our T1 lab. Maybe a bit of a blunder. How many cons did we go here? 2 cons into tigers. Okay. Bit of a feed, I'd say. I don't know what they did to the mace, but it feels like really strong now. It's... Maybe you guys know if they buffed it or changed it recently, but yeah, it definitely feels a bit stronger than it was. But we know without a transition here, and something I've been noticing about Huck's play is he doesn't really make a play for like splitting the map in half, like taking all these expansions and whatnot. Dude, Greco's in the queue, man. Dude, what is it in Germany right now? Like 4 a.m. or something like that? See, there's no like 8v8 lobby we can jump into. I know the Academy Practice Live is going on right now, so that suits your interest. That's something Master Bell's been doing every Friday. This is a huge counterattack. Look at this. But somehow Thurksy has a army value lead. Oh, does he just go back into medium tanks after getting the 2 T2 cons? Yeah, he's been doing this a while. I don't know if I agree with that. I made a huge blunder 1 BPL doing this. Oh, and Acetas Crack. Okay, into two vehicle lab. All right. Got the Shuris out. Bunch of rezzing here. Okay, Huck does have an army value lead, but the Shuris are here. There are a couple of crossbows in the mix, and then yeah, T2 coming out of Huck right now. So we'll have to see if Thurksy can hold off this big counterattack. He's just printing pounders. Can't say I blame him. Kind of stalling on the scaling a bit, but yeah, Thurksy, where's your income? Where's your 80 right now? I know the T2 mexes are pretty expensive. 8,100. $2.4K metal sitting on the front line. Yeah, okay, yeah, he gets the T2 lab up. Yeah, Huck's definitely getting better at this. You can lift up the tanks, right? Do it. Do it. Ah. They need Shuris left. Man, you got to make like a couple extra vehicle cons right here to go out, grab this reclaim, start recapping mexes. Yeah, and the pounders are going to do a lot of work here against these thugs. The T2 con out, upgrading mexes. Thurksy stopped upgrading mexes for some reason. Or air cons do equally well, just grabbing this reclaim, but seems to have stabilized. Gonna come over here, upgrade these mexes. Tap the Geo and all that. Here comes the counterattack into Bulls. Another 2.5 reclaim. Okay, so Thurksy was able to retake this. He's got to get on some extra vehicle cons here, though. Or air cons to grab this reclaim. But I think the counterattack's going to be too strong. Yeah, 144 army value lead. This con chilling up here is kind of breaking my heart. That is a lot of medium tanks being printed though, and he's having a tough time spending his metal. Okay, finally trying to turn this back on. Oh, there he goes. Cap those mexes. Now here comes the second attack. I don't know if he's going to be able to stop this. Geo's coming up. I think in this position you'd actually just want to add on a few solar or something like that, because you're stalling pretty heavily, and it's like, I mean, you can just reclaim them later. So many LLTs. Yeah, this number of bulls can definitely stop this attack. So yeah, Xerxes got the right plan here, moving back into T2. Did he spend his metal? Yeah, he did. Okay. But yeah, just gotta reclaim these 2 vehicle labs. Get the Geo up. This many tanks is kind of hard to stop. Feels bad, man. But I guess the reclaim's good. Okay, so those do get cleaned up. The army value lead has kind of dissipated. But still no commitment from Xerxes, like retaking these mexes, trying to re-split the map in half. Yeah, there you go. 2 Banisher, 1 Tonk on repeat. Let me try zooming in a little softer for you guys. How about that? Is that better? More build power going over to the top right. Like to see that. Geo's almost finished. Clearing out the Geo fuck, that goes down, drops him down to 400 energy per second, and rezzing all this stuff on no E is just not gonna work out. So, God, what is it? 4,000 metal? Jeez Louise. That's why like scaling energy is so important at this phase in the game. It's like, because like ideally you would have enough energy to like just slap down a bunch of construction turrets, stuff like that. Maybe res this stuff. I don't know about rezzing like the T1 now that T2's out in the field. I think you'd be a little better off just reclaiming that. Okay, the Geo is almost finished. Oh dear. It's trying. Wait, is this bugged out? There it goes. Okay. I don't know why that wasn't assisting for a bit. But wind is at 4. Okay, so not ideal. Trying to make banishers while making a Geo, while stalling energy is definitely not the play. Banishers are like super expensive on energy. What is it? 23,000. Same for the Tsar. I think that was one of the recent nerfs to the Tsar, was just to the energy cost and the build time. But yep, Geo's up. Energy problems are solved. Even making words over here underneath the contour. That's hilarious. Yeah, no real other lobbies going on right now. I guess this is the only like high OS lobby, air quotes, something like that. Oh, here's a metal storage. Okay. But here comes the Banishers. I think this might actually just end the game here. There's only a few T2 tanks. Maybe a counterattack to the top left would deal some damage, but Xerxes just way too far ahead. 3.4k energy per second. 134 metal per second. And these Banishers just have to start getting their value, protected by that nice Tsar. Even got the fusion up printed. Okay, really nice. Got the third T2 con out, finally taking back these mexes. One nicer thing about like Cortex vehicles is you do have access to the console, which like you can print like 5 of those to escort around your T2 cons, upgrading mexes, right? Feels a little more awkward with Cortex. Like once you, like most of the time you end up reclaiming your T1 vehicle lab to get the T2 out, and then you don't have an extra way to like print build power to assist those cons, so you kind of have to use the cons you had, like scaling wind to assist, which can be a double-edged sword instead of like continuing to like scale energy like they're assisting your T2 cons. So most of the time though, on a 14 wind speed map, you do want to be prioritizing fusion, getting your fusion up first before the T2 maxes. God, banishers are so much better now. Dude, you just make talks, dude. 152, okay. Would like to see a Omen Obstructor, but Huck's gonna tap out. GG.
Commander destroyed.
Moving on to the next game.
Battle ended.
So does Greco actually play? I wonder if we can start some 2v2s here. Oh. Oh, there's Chevrolet. Okay. He's back. There we go. Just boss everybody. All right. What do we got here? I'm not really familiar with how Greco plays 1v1s. We'll have to see. Okay, he's spawning in. I think this is the more like standard spot, I'd say. You've got a couple options
Battle
about like
started.
pathing with the commander, like going this way to expand. It is nice ending up here with your commander, because like if you send a con over to tap the geo, you just come back and grab that. Just move up here, something like that, and then maybe back to the main base. So that's nice. I don't really care for this expansion so much. Although you were like equally spread out to like all these locations, it just doesn't feel as natural to expand with the commander here. I mean, maybe you can do something like this, but feels a little awkward to be over here with the commander. I guess you can kind of like lock down this plateau. If you see some units coming up this way, you know, you can just kind of pivot left or right depending on which way they're going, but don't say I really care for this. And then a couple other spawning locations. I've been favoring this as like an open, kind of like as an all-in. Like you can do like resbot into like 15 grunts, and then you have this like really short a path. This is also an option. You can spawn up here and open vehicles. I think this is maybe perhaps the most standard one. And one thing I really like about opening here exactly is because you have this like really nice commander expansion, and like you pick up like these 9 mexes, and then you still have the same thing. You end up over here, and then you just send a con to tap the geo, and then you can assist it with the commander. So I do like that position. One other thing to note though, if you do open resbot from like this position, I guess any position really, there's not as much like energy reclaim. I mean, there is like 4,000 right here, but like you have to run between these spots. Whereas like if you run over here real quickly, like there's 12,000 right there. Okay, 11,000, sorry. And this like super tight area. So running the resbot down here like quickly, or like over here, so you spawn at this position, like running the resbot down here or here gives you a lot more energy more quickly, I guess. But we'll have to see. But I do have to send Huck some feedback because I notice he doesn't try and split the map in half, and he doesn't have like multiple expanding cons. Like ideally from this position here, you would have like, yeah, one con expanding this way. I think you'd have one con maybe doing something like this, maybe. Although this one doesn't feel as nice because like once you've capped these 4 mexes, like you might want to just like run over here and like add some LLT, so that puts you farther away from grabbing this. So like you would at least want like 4 cons expanding, something like that, and then another one goes here to this plateau. And but let's get back into this game. We got grunts versus pawns, everyone's favorite matchup. Greco's too good. Look at this man. Already has grunts in position to defend his expanding cons. Playing a little defensive over here. Huck did manage to get on top of the grunts and then backs away. All right. What is this? What am I watching with this commander? Yeah, see, like, I've been meaning to tell them, right? Because, like, once you're in this position, when you have the con turret up, and, like, we're obviously, like out of starting metal, like, you would just want to send these 2 cons to expand. I don't think he's quite getting that. And, like, if you do start floating metal, you just add on extra cons and con turrets, but... yeah, maybe something I can suggest to him. Like, even stalling energy, like... I guess picking up the metal is good, but I would have just printed another res bot, something like that, because, yeah, we're just, like, stalling energy pretty hard right now. Oh, making the radar with the commander. Depowering the mexes. Thurxie, are you watching, man? Let me know. I think I had some feedback for you from watching that last game. Let's see, big run by of pawns here. 1 LLT is not enough to stop that. Let's see if Huck has the APM to keep up with that. This is kind of scary, actually. This is gonna end the game right here because there's a, well, I guess there is a radar, but I mean it does go up on top of the hill. But I just don't think he has enough build power to react to this in time. He is getting a 2nd con turret and 3rd con turret. That's nice. One thing to note, or something I like kind of coach players on, is... oh, that'd be dope. Or, yeah, Thurxie, maybe I can drop out of this and just watch that replay real fast, but... like, I know you went back into the T1... sorry. 2 T2 factories after getting, like I said, this is gonna end the game. 2 T1 vehicle labs after you got the 2 cons out. I don't know if that's really good or not, to be frank. Like, I don't know. But at a certain point in the game, you had like a ton of metal and were like struggling to get this AGO up. So maybe just like start putting down solars, something like that. Like, I mean, you can always reclaim them and you can quickly add a bunch of solars around your main base if you have build power, something like that. But the other thing I was going to say though, is like when you did have these 2 T1 vehicle labs out and like there was all these big attacks on your side of the map, it's like I would have liked to have seen you make like 4 cons, right? Something like that to come like re-expand to all these locations, even like picking up the metal. I know you were like flying con turrets around, something like that, but maybe the vehicle cons would have given you a little extra stability, because like once you've like retaken these mexes, you can like put the radars back up, stuff like that. So it was nice to see you flying those con turrets around. That was pretty dope. I did like seeing you buying the fusion right after your AGO was up. That was super nice. So nothing too much. I didn't get to watch the whole game. I think I caught up to like the last like 10 minutes or 5 minutes of the game. So anyways, do need to schedule that like little review session, or you can just send me replays and of games you think would be worth looking at, and I can just like cast the video for you. So anytime. So here we are, 7 minutes into the game. Got an extra res bot out. We're scaling some energy, but it's stalling super hard. And this is, oh my gosh, we're walking backwards. Yeah, right. No, I like it though, man, because it's like, I don't know if I could relate it to pool. It's like, you know, like you can make bank shots, and it's like you don't have like a good probability of making them. But like practicing like gives you more confidence down the road. So it's like, I don't mind it too much if it's like something you're trying to work into your gameplay. Because like frankly, I have noticed like you've been using con turrets more to like fly T2 cons around and build power, and that is like super strong. But oh, actually, I was gonna say though too is like you can also use air cons to reclaim metal as well. So it doesn't have to be like the con turrets as well. So, and they do give you that extra utility of being able to like remake radars and stuff like that. So if you do have air control, I would lean a little bit more on yeah, using the air cons. But you know, I haven't really tested the going back into medium tanks after you have the T2 lab. I've tried it one time in a PPL match in the round of 16, and I got shit on when I did that. So kind of put a sour taste in my mouth. But if you try to think of like when it would actually be good. I don't know, because the timing, it seems like T2, like players get T2 at such a similar timing. So it's like you're going back into these inferior units in some regards. And then it's like once they have enough T2 vehicles up to like shit on the tanks, like you're in a weird spot, right? Because you continued buying these like less quality units when you could have been making like Zars and T2 tanks the whole time. So and like, well, maybe it was good because like you did that really big attack like while you were transitioning, and then with his counterattack, you were able to push that away. So yeah, exactly, right. So he had that big counterattack coming to you, and you did do a nice job defending that. So Founder's too good, but like you could set yourself up to transition. And it's like if you have a mind like, okay, I've split the map in half and I'm ready to transition. Like, don't make a big attack. Like, just, like, play a little passively for a moment. Like, while you get your T2 lab out, you make, like, a couple of T2 cons, stuff like that. And it's, like, you're not, like, I don't want to say instigating, but, like, giving him the opportunity to counterattack. It's, like, you dumped a shit ton of metal on his side of the map right here and, like, traded your army out, right? So, I mean, I guess you got some value and, like, you were able to, like, I guess air quotes buy time to get the T2 lab out, but like you were already ahead, so like I don't know if like attacking there was completely necessary. Dude, is Huck gonna win this game? I think he is, honestly. Greco's not taking the Geo. His commander is all the way over here. That's kind of dicey. Huge counterattack, but there are 3 Centurions here and a bunch of pawns running up, so Centurions are so important in this matchup because it's like, I actually like I stole it from Ubi. You go 1 Centurion, 1 Mace, like 10 pawns, 1 Resbot, 2 ticks. And it's like the Maces and Centurions can kind of like bully, bully the pawns and grunts, right? They can like bully the grunts and like force them to engage instead of like kiting back. And then you just kind of escort the Centurions and Maces around with the pawns. So, feels a little bit more. Wait, what? What was that? I don't know what that was. But yeah, Greco transition to vehicles. That is the play. I don't know if Pounders do terribly well against Centurion LLT Commander, but they're here for it. Too good. Okay. Okay, interesting. He didn't reclaim the bot lab. I guess this is his style, and this is like really like I'd say like old school bar. You saw like all those other players, like old school players. I hate to use the same word twice so soon, but like I'm thinking like Ragna, Goopy. I guess even Contra. He was a little more in dual school, but it definitely was like in the meta for a long time. The way I look at this is like kind of playing TVT in StarCraft. It's like, okay, they have this position, right? But like, what is this actually giving you? I know it's like it's like kind of threatening right outside the main base, but he's just denying 2 mexes, so it's like you can just go around, right? Like you just go everywhere that's not happening. So it's like, you know, you can cut off reinforcements, stuff like that, right around the side of the map. But it's like, this isn't like threatening your production, your economy, stuff like that. And if he was like inching forward and I'm like already and stuff, then like, okay, maybe I'd start getting a little more worried. But if he's just content to sit there with his commander right outside your main base, I wouldn't be too worried about it until I was like pretty sure you can like squash it, right? But that's just me. Like, you don't have to deal with it straight away. I guess this is why you hang on to the bot lab, right? Get these res bots up. No res? What? I guess it makes sense. He's got a shit ton of energy. Do you have the Geo up yet? Nope. I guess the play here, though, is like you make like missile trucks. Something like that. Missile truck pounder on repeat. Maybe make your own thugs. Yeah, see, this is exactly what I'm talking about. You just counterattack. What are you gonna do? Alright, he's not targeting the res bots. GG. Oh, that's not gonna go well. Yeah, 4 Centurions are so good. This is like one of my favorite units, honestly. I'm so happy they buffed it. Greco, just take the Geo, my man. Can't spend his metal. Yeah, see, how does this ever win though? Because he's like not expanding. He's literally just printing units and just like running them right across the map. And this is like pushing into this is kind of like feeding into what's strong about it. Like he has this entrenched position. He's got the D gun. He's got res bots here. So you're just kind of feeding into what makes this good. Just take the Geo, please. Oh. Okay, has he solved his energy issues? Not yet. Still has 1,800 metal in the bank. He's got plenty of build power though, and he is scaling a little bit of energy. I guess 1, 2, 3 cons. Yeah, maces do surprisingly well against medium tanks in this kind of position. And hilariously enough, there's just 4 Centurions here. I don't know how he knows. Wait, what? Wait, the commander can go up there? Are you kidding me? You can just get up here? Wait, what? Alright, GG. A pounder can kill him. Oh my god, can you just like cloak? Honestly, I think these reinforcements might actually be able to take this. We'll see. Pounders are really strong though. Yeah, maces kiting backwards are like hilariously strong. But not strong enough, it seems. Okay. Alright, Greco solved the energy issues. You just make 12 soldiers with your commander. I had no idea. Okay, finally Huck is expanding. Alright, that's how you do it. What was that? 23 to 42. 1.5k. Alright. And he's getting the geo. Thank you. But yeah, now he just camps this, you know, cool 5.5k reclaimed field. With, funny enough, these have 200 build power. And that goes into rezzing. You know what else has 200 build power? A con turret. So these are literally con turrets like on the front line. Printing units. It's kind of insane. Oh. Okay, he figured it out. Oh, flanking damage, too good. Oh, oh.
Commander.
All right, commander goes down. Okay, that's funny.
Battle ended.
I do have half a mind to play some 8v8s, but I don't think there's any good lobbies right now. We'll see. Okay, there's an 8v8 lobby. I don't know. We'll see if I can get into this. 3-month break hitting hard. Greco played good. Oof.
You are now playing.
Okay, we'll see. Alright, I'm gonna meme. Ugh. We'll see. We'll see how this goes.
Please choose your starting location.
I do like playing here. It's just hilarious. Honestly, I don't know if it's strictly necessary, but you know, whatever. Just have that short little rush distance. He didn't expand this way, so that was kind of interesting. I don't know. We'll see.
Battle started.
See what Wind does. But want to cooperate. If it goes to 14, that would be ideal. Hey. Turn that game sound up some. All right.
Need power.
Don't know if I really need this. That was a blunder. That is a lot of pawns.
Need power. Need power. Enemy commander destroyed.
GG.
Ba-
All right, we'll try something different.
Please
So we
choose
gotta
your
get some
starting
water.
location.
I'll grab some water. I'll be right back. I think I'm gonna play it a little more standard this time. I spawn up here. I could do the X Factor build. Not exactly sure how well that does against him specifically. Let me think about this real fast. You know, he opens like Resbot multiple cons, so I think I can get away with it. I do like it. It's kind of stable. I'll do my little variation on it.
Battle started.
Yeah, making that solar up here last game was a huge blunder. What a mistake. We'll see if I get away with this. Hey, James. Thanks, man. I guess we need to make it a solar. Try and find that Resbot. See if we can see the trees reclaiming. There it is. It's over here. Feeling a little unsafe actually making the second con, but maybe we'll get away with it. We'll see. Getting the res bot was pretty big.
Need power. I have like no metal. This is kind of weird. I'm not sure what that's about. Need power. Radar lost.
You're low on power. You're low on power. Aircraft spotted. Radar lost.
GG.
Enemy commander destroyed. Bad.
Yeah, he's getting pretty good, honestly. Like those are tough games. Not really sure how to deal with the maces really. Mass mace seems pretty strong, like pushing into. Let's see, is there any 8v8s we can join? I kind of feel like chilling, honestly.
Please choose your starting location.
Play standard from up here, I guess. Chevrolet's really strong, honestly. Like, I mean, as we open the stream, like, I mean, he was like really far ahead. Well, I guess not like really far ahead, but he was ahead, definitely. He had the quicker T2, he had more metal income somehow. Oh, I guess, yeah, because of the T2 mixes he had. And more energy as well, so pretty strong play.
Battle started.
See, wind is not doing so hot, so we'll have to open solar, I guess. And we'll go here. Yeah. We want to make sure we have enough space to make the T2 lab and T3 lab right there, so. So we'll go 2 scouts, con. I think he's over here, if I were to guess. Oh, he's not. Oh, he's playing bots. Okay. That's kind of good for us.
Low power. Need power. Aircraft spotted. Air transport detected. T2 unit detected.
I don't know why he keeps tapping out like that. It's crazy.
Enemy commander destroyed. Battle.
Produced more resources. I don't get it. What's a good map? Let's see. Mithril's fine. Otago, Pawn Retreat. Prismatic Anomaly could be okay. Cold Place, Theta Crystals. I tried Theta Crystals. I think this is good for honestly vehicles can be good on this map, but I think I might just stay pretty standard bot open.
Please choose your starting location.
I kind of feel like playing Armada, honestly. Be a little unforgiving. Thinking. We'll just stick to Cortex. It's pretty strong.
Battle started.
Wind's going down. That's not good. So do we put the lab here? Let's see. What is wind gonna do? We just have to remember to put the first con turret here, because we'll put the vehicle lab there. Kind of accessing a lot of energy right now. Kind of tempted to reclaim one of the solars, but oh my god, what is this con doing, man? Jeez Louise.
Low power. Low power. Aircraft spotted. Need power.
Okay. Just making a huge reclaim field. GG.
Enemy commander destroyed.
Pretty close to 60 OS. Pick a different map, I think. Could do Ravage. It could be fun. Man, 2 hour stream. Woof. Hope you guys liking it so
Please
far.
choose
If you can,
your
hit the
starting
like button.
location.
Leave a comment. This spawning position feels a little more natural, I'd say. The LLT up there. I like having that one
Battle
there.
started.
This area is like really awkward though, so I gotta keep an eye on that. How many cons can you make? Wind is 21.4, so I guess we'll get away with it. Let's see. It's going back down, so get that nice beefy 4 extra wins after the lab. Gotta make sure to assist back onto it. Okay. Yeah, this LLT, I like putting it like right. I guess that's fine.
Low power. Radar lost. Aircraft detected. Radar lost.
GG.
Destroyed.
Yeah, Chronopolize, I do agree. 2-2 core vehicle is pretty strong. Yeah, they nerfed the Armada vehicles a lot, so on big maps like that. Pretty tough. I think I just want to play like one team game and then maybe call it a night. Oh, Legion's on, GG. Ruins Rotato? Oh, no thank you. Oh, I guess someone jumped in. Eternal Fear. Yeah. Yeah, they even nerfed Jags too. So I think they nerfed the movement speed and the range. So they're definitely not as strong as they used to be. Honestly, I think medium tanks on flats is like the play. You can sit on it for a little while longer. Max rating 20. Gosh, I'm not going to be able to find a Rotato game, am I? There we go. Yeah, Jags do have their place in 1v1s. I'd say they might be a little bit weaker. What's this? Yeah, but your Jags won't do anything versus the Tigers. I just think like most players before they make the 2-2 transition are pretty buttoned up with like static defense. Like I personally like to put down mines and stuff, which are pretty strong against Jags as well. Yeah, actually, hey, while we're waiting on this, let me see if I can find that last balance patch. I can bring that up on stream. If anyone can find the page on Beyond All Reason quicker than me. Let's see, I think it was like early... Oh, this is the dev log. I'm looking for the change log. Information... Development, balance changes, okay. Let's see if I can find this page real fast. Wait, is this the... Gosh, this is ridiculously small. Gosh, this is the mod option for the tech split. Which I should make a video on that soon. So August 28th, they patched it again. I'm looking for the one right before that. Maybe I should just search for Mitvit. July? Oh. Yeah, here we go. I think I found it. Let me bring this up on stream real fast. Let me turn down the volume on. Turn down the volume on bar a little bit. Okay. Let me just give me a second. I'll bring this up on OBS real fast. Display. Okay. Should Control T. And there we go. So let me zoom in. Yeah, so this is from July 22nd. I meant to make a video on this, but I didn't. Mitvit published this. And it has a lot of changes that I really, really like. So yeah, T1 max health buffed, con bots. Buffed health, T1 turrets, not AA, minus 10% build time, so like LLTs, Twin Guard, stuff like that. Commander makes +5 energy, which was a huge quality of life increase because you can just 3-mex into solar, like no troubles there. T1 factories, they buffed the metal cost, energy cost, build time, and build power, which is super sick. But here's some of the more interesting changes. So they did buff Armada blitzes, but so check this out. Bull, 65 to 60 movement speed. Jags, 320 to 300 range, and minus 10 DPS. I thought there was a range change in there actually, but yeah, so they definitely nerfed that. Nerfed the Czar in terms of energy cost. Sprinter, they want to see more of, so buffed the energy, buffed the cost in terms of metal energy. I guess that's build power too. T2 AA bots were buffed, which they were kind of a meme, so I was really happy about this change as well. Flagships they nerfed quite a bit. 25% nerf to AoE. Yeah, combat HP. I really like this change, mostly because of like what happened right here. Like these changes were just so good, honestly. I even shot Mitvit a little message and said I was really happy with the changes. So I think they followed this up with another patch. Let me just search Mitbit because he publishes the balance patches. So we were in July 28th. Oh, yeah, and this is the one they followed up in August, right? So they buffed vision on aircraft like a ton, which just makes bombing a lot easier. They buffed the Hound's weapon velocity, so we actually see those made. They're actually pretty strong now, it seems like. And they did nerf the Skyhook speed, which we saw a lot of players abusing, like T2 transport commander drops, so I think they tried to address that with this. And they did nerf the Razorback's damage versus air, which is hilarious. And then for some reason, they gave the Grunt a 10 HP buff, which I don't know what this was for. But it feels like they're so much better now in 1v1s. I know for a while there it was just like pawn versus pawn, so maybe that was for this. I want to say somewhere else they post some of their like reasoning behind the changes, but yeah, those are some of the recent balance changes. Let me turn back on the game capture. Whoop. Okay. Only Jesus. Wow. Man, this man knows how to play. Look at this solar economy. Let's make it thugs. Zydeco. Yeah, the price is good, and one of the changes I really liked is they gave it a 50% buff in build power, so you can actually leave the lab now and like just start the con, and it'll finish relatively quickly, and you'll just get back to producing units. So I think that was a really strong change. Okay, Coochie chimes in. That was to make the bull not one-shot grunts. Okay, that makes sense. I guess I had some spillover effects into 1v1, so grunts feel so much stronger now for some reason, but... But yeah, Coochie's been showing us the way with those like no mechs, one mechs opens, and I think it's just all a function of like the reduced build cost and the build power increase, which has just been one of the best changes I can think of in a long time. So was really happy with that. What's the play here? Can he see my marks? I don't think he can. All right, so what do we got here? I just wanted to play like one more match and then call it a stream. Is there any open AP8 lobbies you can jump into? Coochie, I know you played the tech split. I saw you playing some of those matches earlier today. Do you have any feedback on that, or what do you liked or disliked about it? Oh, is he gonna send the receipts? Yeah, that's a good question, actually. Yeah, why not make the bulls do 10 less damage? That could have been the play. Zydeco, why aren't you walking forward with your commander, my man? I don't understand. See what else is going on. All right, T2 Lab coming up. Love to see that. Yeah, I don't know. Be interesting to see what happens in this season's BPL. I think we're going to be seeing a lot less Armada bots, but I could be wrong. So Chronopolis says, I think the grunt buff was because it was mostly having even/losing matchups. What are your guys' overall thoughts on the idea execution? I mean, I feel like T1 just kind of has its like place in the game such that it's obviously like really strong like when you're spamming it later on in the game, like ticks, you know, for vision and all that, but I don't really see like, maybe this ties into like the mod option, like the tech split, you know, philosophy and all that, but I don't really see why T1 needs to be extended into the game. I think there's a lot more skill expression in T2, and the units are, I mean, they're obviously better, but I think they're just funner funner to use. Okay, so Coochie says Tech Split was meant to address the 8v8 co-op issues, and so far it's making it worse in that regard. But for 1v1s, it was pretty refreshing. Played a few games, played up to T2, T3. Yeah, I'm not really sure, like, I've been meaning to, like, kind of either bring some people on to talk about, like, co-oping in 8v8 and, you know, maybe, like, the pros and cons or people for it, people against it. I can see why it's, like, it can be hurting the game. And, like, if something's, like, making people not want to play bar, then, yeah, it probably should be addressed. Personally, I think it's more like 8v8 as a format is the issue, and not so much it's, like, the co-oping. But I need to, you know, maybe gather my thoughts a little bit more on that. I just, because, like, here's the thing, and, like, in 5v5s, like, co-oping isn't necessarily, like, the, like, super standard. Like, I guess it's a little bit map dependent, but it's more, like, understood that's what's going to be happening. So I feel like 8v8 players' frustration with, like, players cooperating in a team game is a little, like, perplexing to me. Like, I get it. I guess I've been thinking about this a lot, and it's like, I just maybe have an analogy for, like, StarCraft. It's like, oh, and, like, these players who want to extend the T1 portion of the game, it's like, oh, I just want to make Zerglings the whole game, like, for, like, 15 minutes, and it's like, oh my gosh, my opponent has made Hellions, and, like, he teched up, and, like, now my units are, like, useless. So it's like, if you're just doing the same thing over and over again in a strategy game, and you don't expect players to, like, adapt to beat it, i.e. co-oping, I don't really see that as an issue. It's just like you just, like, the game has these constraints, and you're using them to get an advantage over someone who's playing, like, really predictably. They're just making Rockos, running to the front with their commander, and they just want to do that for 15 minutes. Maybe they could, some of the, like, the proposed changes to, like, deal with co-oping, I've heard, is, like, you know, taxing sharing resources, no sharing to resources, no ally building assisting, you know, stuff like that. I've heard, like, no sharing resources for the first 12 minutes. I feel like that would be, like, an okay-ish kind of solution, I'd say. One of the drawbacks about never sharing units is, like, if someone wants to resign, like, you can't take their stuff. Maybe they could make a caveat, but I guess people would abuse it, right? Like, you just leave, take their stuff, and go T2, right? So I can see how that might be abused. So personally, I'm not, like, super on board with getting rid of it. I think for the players who were complaining about co-oping and 8v8s, I would just be like, play small team games, something like that. Pick a better format to play. But yeah, that's just my opinion. But, you know. Yeah, so Chronopolis says, like, every game has an optimal solution. If you try to play optimal, you'll co-op all the time, no exceptions. Yeah, that's been the criticism. It's like people don't really log into bar to play battery. Like I'm saying, though, like, T2 units are straight up better. So, like, if all I have to do is make some Mexes wind turbines and walk forward, people hand me T2 units and I can micro them. It's like, I don't really think, like, I mean, that's not, like, maybe it's a bit of a mischaracterization, right? Because at some point, like, if you are playing 5v5s, yeah, it is important for players to, like, have their own bases and have, like, agency in the game, be able to make their own decisions and, like, do stuff because they have an economy, right? But, like, getting to that point looks like co-oping. I don't really mind that too much. In 8v8's, like, it's a bit different.
Commander destroyed.
I don't know what I'm trying to say. I mean, if it's for the best, they should change it, right? If it's making players leave the game and quit bar, which I've heard that like some high level players aren't really playing because they don't like co-oping, then yeah, it should be addressed. I just really don't know what the solution looks like though. Past playing 1v1s. Hey. 4v4 pure co-op. Okay.
Commander has died.
Yeah, but it's funny. It's like, oh, you're playing a team game and like people are complaining about cooperating. I guess maybe they should like, maybe it's a bit of a like a misnomer or something like that. But that's always kind of fascinated me why they don't like that. So, I mean, if you don't like it, just play 1v1, something like that. Or is this game out here? An agitator. T2 lab, T2 lab. T2 lab. Look at this, man. Just using all of his metal to make T2 mexes. I'd like to see that. Classic 6OS air player. Also, the issue is like just 8v8s and maps. Like if you're on a poverty map and you have 5 mexes, whatever it is, like what are you gonna do? You just want to sit there and make like rocket bots for 15 minutes until like someone hands you a T2 con, something like that. I don't know. That just seems like just as uninspired as sitting there giving someone your metal and energy, right? So pick your poison. I'd rather have T2 units to micro than just doing like rocket bot battles with players who only like just play in a lane like this, and that's all they've been doing for 4 years is just microing rocket bots back and forth, you know. But that's just me. Is there any other lobbies? Oh, it looks like this one's going on. Yeety's very strong. I know I asked them if they're playing in BPL. They should be doing that. Why? Yeah, I'm in the queue. Okay. But we'll play one more match and then get going off stream. This game looks like it might go on for a bit. Let's see. Blue team's got a big metal advantage. Not so much on energy, but... Where did he get these T2 units from? Someone must have given him those. Man, one of these air players is not like the other. I mean, I guess they have like... I guess he's 9 OS too, but at least he's got enough build power, something like that. The Mammoth made it. Okay. One of my favorite units, really. Yeah, I need to do a little bit of research on the tech split. I think like my gut react or like knee-jerk reaction is just like I feel like the game should be balanced to like high level play, something like that. And if you have people working on these things that aren't like 50, 60 OS in whatever format, it's like maybe I'm biased or something like that, but it seems like they just don't understand the game well enough to make good decisions about what things should look like or how things should behave. So this push looks pretty strong. That is a lot of Sheldons.
Commander has died.
The grunts got on top of the Sheldons. Is not what you want. Okay, he's got his spam labs up. He's got his T2 mexes. Yeah, I think just a big T2 mex difference I'm seeing between the two teams, right? What is that? One fusion. Yeah, not that players like at that skill level like can't have good ideas or like make a cool mod option, but I just don't think the solution has to look so complicated, right? Like, I mean, if you want like less co-oping, it's like either prevent sharing for a certain amount of time. I think that's a decent solution. Prevent sharing and like assisting, shit like that. Or just nerf the build time, the cost of the T2 lab. Just make it a little more difficult to get out, but it's like you're still just like running into the same issue that way. It's like players just co-op harder, something like that. So there we go. That's a unit you should make, a rattlesnake. Wait, these cloak? When did they add that? And is that an option? That is an option. Okay, wait, has this been on here the whole time? Take a look at some of these bases. Fusion coming up, anti-nuke. One thing to note, when you get to this point in the game, it is wise to add on the the counter intrusion. I still see players not making this when they have their anti-nuke, so that'll defend you from a lot of stuff. And then you also want to make like the 2 pinpointers. This one's a little harder to coordinate. Maybe you should call it out, like, or the teching player should be responsible for making 2 of these, but it definitely helps a lot. And you need pinpointers and nemesis to be able to kill, was it bedbugs, right? To be able to target them down efficiently. This is like one of the best units in the game. Hilariously good. 27,000 energy. They've always been cloakable. Okay. This just shows you how much I know about AP8s and Armada. Alright, the mammoths are being printed. He's got his fusion up. He's got his spam lab going. I just think this is the kind of player they're like tailoring the game to, right? It's like, oh yes, make 51 maces. He is 8 OS. Okay, I don't mean to disparage new players like that, That is not fair. Oh.
Commander has died.
Epic. Now you're gonna see 75 scouts run down a group of Sheltons. Becker, please make Juno a plane pointer anti-nuke stealth section. Yeah. This is OP. You have to have the Spectre with your Shelton balls. How long do they decloak when they shoot? I guess a few seconds. Whoa. They are very squishy though. Okay, so they go down pretty quick. Maces are very strong. Actually, I was just playing Huck in some 1v1s earlier, and he really enjoys his mace plays. And I'll have to admit, they are a little bit difficult to kind of deal with when he's got like 20 maces, and you just have like incisors or grunts and all that. Chronopolis says, I honestly think repair OP is the biggest balance problem in the game. It's not resing and Rex and reclaim and all that. If you think repair is broken, how about capture?
Commander destroyed.
Commander goes down. Here come the Razorbacks to finish the game. Such a cool unit. Oh, it's Sivin, okay. Yeah, right. I will say, I think the one reason I like mainly would pick Armada in 8v8s is just having access to the nuke bomber. I guess you can like /beg for a an Armada con, but it is nice to be able to just like quickly go into the atomic bombers if you want to, you know, use them. This game's looking kind of over. Oh, that is a path. Okay. Kind of a cheeky way to... Wait, there's T2 figs, right? Okay, he is on T2 economy. Gosh, no one gave the air player T2 con. Feels bad, man. So you nerf resing speed, wreck reclaim speed, not sure what that is, and repair speed heavily. Oh, like how quickly you pick up reclaim. Yeah, it definitely like lends itself to like having the defender's advantage is really strong with the res mechanic. GG.
Battle and
All right, one last game and then we'll call it a day.
you are now playing.
So hopefully we get a decent map. Yeah, that's interesting, Soli. That's kind of ties into some of the changes I thought about making to res, because like currently it doesn't cost any metal. So I always thought like they should have you pay the difference in metal cost for the unit between the wreck on the ground, the metal in the wreck, and what it costs to make the unit. I think that'd be a decent change. Also, like resbots are invisible on radar, which is like hilarious. So I think I would consider maybe getting rid of that. Probably not as big of an issue in AP8s, but in 1v1s, it's kind of frustrating. I guess it's a bit of a skill issue, right? Akumar is online. Huh. Ugh. See if we can get our boy Akamar in the lobby and party it up. I wonder what OS he is. Okay, he's 42. Rip. Hey, Seven. Good to see you. Let's see if we can get a decent map. Yeah, chronopolize. I think that also could be a bit of a skill issue too. It's like, you know, where you pick battles, pick to have like big battles. It's like, you know, can you secure the reclaim field? So that should be a big consideration when you like do choose to attack, right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Navy's pretty unforgiving. I will say that. Been enjoying like trying that though on like failed negotiations. I usually play Navy there or like Supreme Isthmus when I play that map. I like playing Navy as well, so definitely helps out. I guess it's how Akamar got so good at playing Navy. I've lost to him like every time we play on Paradise Lost. I wouldn't mind playing another map. Yeah, this one's kind of weird. Ugh. Oh, just as bad. All right. Do I spawn in the water or do I not? I don't know. Game could be over before I can win Navy. Yeah, Kuchi says the decoy fusion can be repaired like infinitely with the contours. I guess that it's like there's like some like repairability characteristic of certain structures. I guess there's the same thing too with like metal storage or like super repairable as well. You should send me that game, Kuchi. I'll make a little like YouTube short of like how insane repair is on 20 Sheldon's firing at it. Yeah, we'll try and pick Navy here. Jonathan wants to spawn there. Get wrecked, nerd. Rip. I guess South's lost. Let's see. Can we wrangle these nerds here? Let's see. I'm just gonna circle what I want. Repairing is just building something for free. Yeah, essentially. Okay, so how are we gonna do this? Yeah, it's cool. Okay, so we'll go, what is it, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, something like this. Shit, we didn't get Akamar in. Yeah, he left. Sorry, friend. Yeah, I'm saying if I win C, I'll go seaplanes. And just like fuck up. I guess they're fuck them up somehow. I don't know.
Battle started.
I guess he should like move his comm there and then down, something like that. Saul says flagships have amazing line of fire. Can they move through here? That is kind of insane, actually. Okay, so we'll go 2. I guess we make 1 sub. I hate making the sub, but okay, we're drawing 126. So
Aircraft spotted.
okay, did we make enough energy? It looks like it. Okay, you're air? Okay, good. gonna make the energy converter because I get the overflowed energy, so this works. Let's see, is bottom getting screwed over? Looks like it, yeah. Oh, he's making seaplanes. Ugh. Dude, this bomber is just crushing right now. Oh, I missed that. Shit. I'm just gonna make a con. Oh, this is getting bad.
An allied commander self-destructed.
Okay, Zydeca's about to leave, I think. Oh, fuck, that's not good.
An allied commander has died. Enemy commander destroyed. Enemy commander destroyed.
Yep, that's how it goes. Yeah, that's good. He's helping south, alright.
T2 unit detected.
That's not good. Yup, that's going well, I guess. That's okay. We can work with that. Well, as long as you're not fucking collapsing. That's going well. That's not going well. I gotta fix that. That's not good. I think we just won C. Who's this? I don't know who that is. Jesus. I don't know who that is, but...
Air transport detected. An allied commander has died.
I guess we get T2 Navy here soon.
T3 unit detected. An allied commander has died. Your commander is heavily damaged.
Yeah, that was
An
to be
allied
expected.
commander has died.
I need to get my air back up somehow. Front does indeed look dead.
An allied commander has died. Radar lost.
Yeah, I tried.
self-destructed. Commander self-destructed.
That's it for me, guys. Been a nice stream. Thanks for hanging out, but call it a night. So thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one. Cheers.